Hello, everyone. We're back again. We are back again. You're welcome to our channel today, and we want to be sharing a lot um, with you. Come on now, let's get rolling. We are ready. Now, first of all, I want to welcome every one of you that is joining us for the first time. I want to say big thank you. And we have a lot to share today. So I just wanted to show you a video and then we'll comment on it. And then I will also air my honest opinion about this. So I'm actually gonna come up with my honest opinion about this. So you may have one or two things to say as well. That's why I'm encouraging everyone to join us right now. We are live and direct. Hello, everyone. You're welcome. If you're just joining us, please hit the like button, so that we can get more people to come in. Hit the like button and share. We have something spectacular to talk about today. If you're just watching, you can just comment so I can know that you're watching us from wherever you are watching us from. That would be great if you let us know before we dive into this topic today. Actually, you already seen the thumbnail, the advert or the promo. You already know the topic. So we want to look at that area today. We want to talk about that topic. But before we go ahead and talk about it, I want to first of all ask you to subscribe if you're joining us for the first time, and also find time to visit our videos section on the channel. There are a lot of information for you out there that you can benefit from today, depending on the area that you want to improve. Again, in addition, I'm going to be doing a series now very soon. I said now. I wish I'm already started. I'm going to be doing a series starting up soon. I might start the series. I've already had some information, prepared some videos already. I'm going to start it tomorrow precisely. And that series is going to be on dating advice. So I'm going to be giving you some dating tips, especially young folks who are already dating and they want support, they want help, they want information about what they can use to enhance their dating relationship and also preserve their interest as well. So there are a lot of information that's going to be coming up. So expect those information coming. All right. Now, the question, not necessarily a question, is a statement that was made that actually shook me from my foundation. When I heard that, I was like, what? This is what's viral. This had to go. I need to share this with my people. And it is, it's funny, right? But it said, my husband is abusive. Look at this. It said, my husband is abusive, but I still love him. And I'm not prepared to give up the relationship without a fight. This is a relationship, all right, that honestly, as you can already see from the statement, is abusive relationship, heavily abusive relationship. The woman knows, she acknowledges it. You're going to be watching the video in a moment by yourself. So I'm going to play the video. You're going to see it. She honestly, she knows that she's abusive. The husband is abusive. And she said, but she still loves him. Now, this is another side of all story I've ever heard. And most of the stories, actually. when it comes to abusive relationship, what we find is that either we tell the people to leave the relationship, or just find a way to just give the whoever is abusive a space. Give them space, walk away for some time, stay away from them, or call someone who for help and all of that. But here we are seeing another view. This lady said she still loved this man, irrespective of how abusive he has been. And she admitted, because she spoke out what the kind of abuse she has been receiving from him. But he said, I still love him. And there are some massive, amazing statement that she made. I want you guys to see this. So this is family aspect, guys. This is family aspect, and you're welcome to our channel. And guys, I want you to hit the like button and subscribe quickly if you haven't done that. So let's dive into it. And I want people to join us quickly from everywhere, so we can start this discussion, because it's going to be fun. In the next couple of hours, we're going to spend an hour on this, and it's going to be fun. I take the statement again. She says, my husband is abusive, but I still love him. I don't know how many of you women there who husband has been so abusive to you, and you still love, I need to know, and you still love him. Probably that's why you're not calling for help. That's why you're still in that relationship for a long time now, in abusive relationship. I think I remember there was a video I did on what video is this? This Nollywood actress, right? Who was in the previous marriage. She was in that relationship for 5 years, and she was in an abusive, violent relationship for 5 years. And she mentioned why she stayed for a while, but she couldn't take it anymore. She couldn't take it any longer. And I think that's more like the story that I'm hearing from this lady. You're going to be watching the video. You're going to be hearing from her personally. But before I bring her on the stage, on the video to play the video for you, I want you to think like this. Are you a lady out there, or do you know any woman who has been in an abusive relationship, and every time you speak to that person, she tells you, you know what, I love this man. I can't leave. I can't walk away like that. I have to put up a fight. I must win. This relationship must work, irrespective of the abuse that she is getting. Have you ever met such a lady or a woman? If you have, please leave your comments on the comment section. I want you to answer that on the comment section. If you're watching this, whether it's live or you're watching it as replay, this question is on to you. And I'm really, really concerned. I want to know, because it says my husband is abusive, and he said, but I still love him. Think about it. I still love him. He still love him. And he says, I'm not prepared to give up. But we have seen a lot of women give up in relationship like this. By the time they see that the relationship is not working at all, they just give up. They just run off. But this woman said, I'm not willing to give up the relationship without a fight. I want you to mark that word, without a fight. My question to some of you out there who may be planning to leave that relationship right now because it has been very abusive, it has been very violent, have you actually tried to put up a fight? A fight, like, in quote, try to make the relationship work, and try to, combat whatever may be leading to that violence, whatever that may be causing that abuse. Have you ever put up a fight? Did you try to win the man over by finding out what may have led to that that abuse that he's now, that you're going through in that relationship? Because my question, I'm asking that question for a reason. This was the same man for several weeks or months, ran after you, chased you from side to side, and confessed his love to you. And he said he loved you, he cared, and he did almost a lot of things that wowed you, that swept your feet off the ground. And now the same man has like turned to be the worst enemy of your life, the Mr. Violent, the Mr. Abuser. So I'm thinking, did you put up a fight? Have you ever tried to put up a fight? Now, I want to know all of these questions. See, your comment should be on the comment section. I need to hear your own side of the story, because I'm going to play the video in a moment, but I'm just waiting for a few people to come online. And by the time I see about 1 or 2 or 3 or 5 people, a maximum of 5 people online, then I'll play the video, because I want people to see what this woman said by herself. Okay. Now, she also mentioned that she's not willing to give up. Now, she knows that she's going through relationships that is tough, toxic, so to say. But she says, I'm not willing to give up. I'm not willing to give up. Are you that kind of resilient lady? Are you a lady a lady of such substance that will say, irrespective of what this man has been doing to me, because before I married him, he was not like this. Yes, we got married, but later he changed. Irrespective, I'm not going to give up on this relationship. I have to try to make it work. How many women out there have such mentality? And again, I look at the other side of the coin. I saw that this man himself didn't have such mentality. The woman was trying to make the marriage work. She said, I'm not willing to give up the fight. I'm not giving up this relationship, she says. He said, I'm ready to put up a fight for it. I'm going to ensure that it works, irrespective of what I'm going through. But the man didn't have such thinking. The man didn't have such mentality. The man didn't have such commitment to go that road, the path that she took. This is the difference. This is the clear difference. Are you with a man who is determined to make a relationship work? Or is it just you that is determined to make the relationship work? What side are you? Which side of the coin are you? Which side of the coin? The woman said, my husband is abusive. In other words, I'm aware. Don't try to tell me that this is an abuse. I know that he's abusing me. I'm aware. But I love him. I love him so much. I'm not ready to give up. I'm not ready to run away. I want to put up a fight. Now, this is not a situation whereby the man is sick or is disabled or some problem happened and they are just financially distressed or something. No, this is a state of a state of abuse. At one time, you will even hear her from the story. At one time, she was almost choked to death. I mean, the guy strangled her almost to death. But again, she also said that the man, she knows that the man doesn't have the capacity to kill her. You hear the story by yourself. Just wait. But I'm thinking, what do you think? Do you concur to the fact that a woman can be in a violent relationship and at the end of it, she will still stay there out of the love that she has for the man and willing to fight to make the relationship work? Are there people like that? Are there women like that? If you are, please indicate. I need to meet you. I need to see you. I need to talk to you. I mean, this is amazing because all over the place we have counselors telling, I mean, we have organizations raised, set up to fight against these things. We know that's, I'm against violence as well. But we have organizations who, with a just a little bit of knowledge of violence at all, they ask you to leave that place immediately, or they are fighting every tooth and nail to split the parties apart, to split the relationship apart. Or even the woman, just within a slight error, a slight mistake, or a slight slip from the man, everything goes. I'm not willing to continue this relationship anymore. And then she goes, or the man himself just take off heels. You see. So this is my contemplation right now. That's why I'm here to talk to you. And I want you to listen. I'm going to play the video now. I think I can't wait any more longer for you guys to come. You might watch the video later because there's so many other things to do. So let's look at this. The video, I'm going to play the video right now, and then we will come back to discuss this particular story. There, this video, you can see the video right there.
Point when things got difficult and you were contacting, did you realize that this is domestic abuse that's happening to me?
I knew that it was because I've had domestic abuse done to me before. Yeah, so I knew exactly what it was. I didn't really know how to handle it because it was very, if he lived in, I could have told him, can you just leave? And he could have left and come back tomorrow. But because he lived in, I couldn't just say, can you leave? Because he had nowhere else to go. So I felt like it was forced on my part to be in the situation because it wasn't so easy to just get rid of him.
Right. And what about your own friends at this time? Were there any friends that were aware of what was happening, or you were able to talk to, or not really?
I'm a very open person, and I believe, the more people that know your situation, the better, because the more people that know the possibilities of what might happen. And at some point, my family did say, the reason we don't want him down is because we fear for your life. And that was really hard to hear, but like I said, I knew what was best for me. And I knew that in life, I had a path that I was on. And if that path was going to end with that relationship, then that's what life had in store for me. But I was positive that he would never do that because I felt like I knew him better than that. And he never, obviously I'm still here today, he never killed me. He's never really physically, hurt me to the point where I'm bruised or I'm bleeding. But mentally, he's hurt me more than anything. And in a way, physically, obviously, with the strangling me, that did hurt me, but I'm stronger than that. And I'm proud, of myself because a lot of people in relationships, they just, it's not working. I'm just going to leave. Right. And I don't believe in that. I believe that literally you will stay until you can't. You'll fight until you can't fight anymore. If you love someone, you don't just give up on them because relationships, they're not meant to be broken. They're meant to be fixed.
You still loved him even though all this was going on?
Of course. Love is not, face value. It's not on the surface. Love is deeper than that. And still to this day, I kind of feel like I've got some sort of love for him. I'm not in love with him, but I do care about him because he gave me the best feeling that I've ever had before. He made me feel alive after a lot of stuff that I went through before I met him. He made me feel like I was human and like I could be loved. And he showed me that there is good in some people.
Okay, you heard it. You heard it right. Now, I'm going to play it again. I just want you to hang in there. I'm going to play it again. First, amazing woman. Amazing. I mean, she is just amazing. Just to think about her mentality. She got it made. She said something. He said, in a relationship, you don't just walk away when it is not working. He said, you don't just walk away when it's not working. He says, you fight till you can't fight no more. I like it. Did you see that? She said, you have to fight till you can't fight no more. This is a kind of woman. Now, she's no more in that relationship, all right? But she's telling her story, how she tried to make it work. And I know there are a lot of women like that out there. But there are also other bunch of women who are the slight of, because nothing is working, because she mentioned it just right now. When nothing is just working at all, they take their backs, they're off. They are not willing to try to make things work. Because their plan was, they have already come into a place of platter gold. They have come into a home, a house, a man who will be there to provide everything for the rest of their life. They will never suffer. They will never experience hardship. So this marriage is like the best, you see. But it's not always like that. This woman says something very remarkable. She said, yes, she understands that she has been going through abusive relationship. But the problem was, she was not willing to give up by fighting to make sure things work out. And then she said, the reason she did that, the reason she took that step is this. Number one, he said, in a relationship, you don't just walk away when things are not working. He said, you fight till you can't fight anymore. That means you try to make it work. You do your best to make it work until you know that you have tried everything else. You have done all that you could in your strength and power, in all your knowledge, all that you could do. And then you say, you know what? I've tried. I've did my best and it didn't work. So I'm off. That's what she's talking about. Exactly what she said she did. Then he said something, another striking statement there. He said, if you love someone, you don't just give up on them. This woman knew that the man, the husband, is abusive. She knows. But she said, I'm not going to give up. Yes, you're right, Rosemary. It takes two to make it work. It takes two. But look at it. That's why it didn't actually work for this woman, because the woman herself was ready to make things work. But the man was wired differently. You see, the man has a different mindset that didn't work out. So this woman said, if you love someone, you don't just give up on them, because relationships are meant to be, look at this. He said relationships are meant to be broken. They are not meant to be broken, sorry. It's a relationship are not meant to be broken. They are meant to be fixed. So in other words, you are coming into a relationship. It's not like it's already made for both of you. Both of you are coming into a relationship to fix yourself, to fix things up. I like her wisdom. I like the way she thinks. He said, you didn't come to a relationship to break it. But many people don't understand that. You're coming to a relationship to break it, or you're coming to a relationship to fix it. She said, relationship is not meant to be broken. It's meant to be fixed. Do you agree with that statement? I want to know, I want to make your comment, because this woman is actually, exercising a lot of things, and she's triggering my thinking. She's helping my mentality here. She's speaking what I actually want every woman to be, to have. Every woman to have this mentality. I like it. Let's play the video one more time, and then we'll come back to address this issue. Okay, I'm going to play the video again one more time. I want you to pay attention now. Listen again. I'm playing the video one more time. Okay, now let me take this off and I'll bring back the video. Here's the video. I'm going to play now for you.
So at this point, when things got difficult, you were contacting. Did you realise that this is domestic abuse that's happening to me?
I knew that it was, because I've had domestic abuse done to me before. Yeah, so I knew exactly what it was. I didn't really know how to handle it, because it was very, if he lived in, I could have told him, can you just leave? And he could have left and come back tomorrow. But because he lived in, I couldn't just say, can you leave? Because he had nowhere else to go. So I felt like it was forced on my part to be in the situation because it wasn't so easy to just get rid of him.
Right. And what about your own friends at this time? Were there any friends that were aware of what was happening, or you were able to talk to, or not really?
I'm a very open person, and I believe, you know, the more people that know your situation, the better, because the more people that know the possibilities of what might happen. And at some point, my family did say, you know, the reason we don't want him down is because we fear for your life. And that was really hard to hear. But like I said, you know, I knew what was best for me. And I knew that in life, you know, I had a path that I was on. And if that path was going to end with that relationship, then that's what life had in store for me. But I was positive that he would never do that, because I felt like I knew him better than that. And he never, obviously I'm still here today, he never killed me. He's never really physically, you know, hurt me to the point where I'm bruised or I'm bleeding. But mentally, he's hurt me more than anything. And in a way, physically, obviously with the strangling me, that did hurt me, but I'm stronger than that. And I'm proud, you know, of myself, because a lot of people in relationships, they just, you know, it's not working. I'm just going to leave.
Right.
And I don't believe in that. I believe that literally you will stay until you can't. You'll fight until you can't fight anymore. You know, if you love someone, you don't just give up on them, because relationships, they're not meant to be broken. They're meant to be
fixed. You still
fixed.
loved him even though all this was going on?
Of course. Love is not, you know, face value. It's not on the surface. Love is deeper than that. And still to this day, I kind of feel like I've got some sort of love for him. I'm not in love with him, but I do care about him, because he gave me the best feeling that I've ever had before. You know, he made me feel alive after a lot of stuff that I went through before I met him. He made me feel like I was human and like I could be loved. And he showed me that there is good in some people.
All right, now you heard it. Amazing. For me, that is an amazing thing. Yeah, that is an amazing thing. Now look at this. Yes, she my goodness, just to listen to what she said, I'm just like, she's a gem. She's a type. How could a man afford to lose this kind of quality? How could that man just allow this woman of this intelligence, of this quality, of this value just slip away? What is wrong with us men? What is wrong with us? Gosh, terrible. It's terrible. Yeah, she may need. I think that's what she's going through now. She's recovering. All right, but there's nothing. She didn't see. Okay, you guys think that something is wrong with her, is it? But in reality, look at the things. It is the words that comes out from her mouth that I want you to hear. She's not being. She's. I think she looks okay to me. All right. I think what I feel is that she feel for the man. I think the man is the one that needs help, not she. She doesn't need therapy. She is the man that needs therapy. Is the man that needs help in reality. Rosemary, that's true, but you see, in your view, you think that she needs it, but I think the man needs the more. For me, she looks okay, because the statement she made is not a stupid statement. Those are values. Those are content. Because she said love is not face value. Love is not on the surface. It is deeper than just face value. You see, many of us go into a relationship based on face value, what we see. We just admire the things we see on the outside. Oh, he has money. Oh, he works in a good job and he has a good career. Oh, he looks handsome. Oh, he talks very nice. Oh, and then we jump into the relationship because of those face value, those outward things. You see, so you can see the situation that she's not basing it on Yeah, I agree with you, Rosemary, that both of them do, but the man needed more. The man need more times of what she would need, because already that's why she's been interviewed. She's going through therapy right now, and she's been taken care of. But the man needs it more than anything else, because those trauma alone cannot just go away. All right, I agree with you. Those trauma alone cannot just go away. Yeah. Walker Queen says, let me put it up. It says, if she is comfortable being an abused relation, being in an abused relationship, then she needs to heal. She's needs to heal. Yeah, you're right. But again, not that she's comfortable. I don't think she's comfortable. There's not. I'm not. I'm not. She's not saying that she was comfortable with it, but she wanted to make the relationship work. You see, that's why I wanted everyone to watch the video and then speak of what you think is going on here. Did you agree with the statement that she made? Can every woman come into that relationship, that kind of, live in that kind of relationship, yeah. So look at another statement that she made. She said, love is not face value. I already repeat that. It said it is not on the surface. So we need to understand, when we are in a relationship, especially if you're married or you are dating someone right now, don't base your commitment in that relationship on face value, please. It had to be deeper than that. There are things you must consider deeper. That's number one. He said, I'm in love with him, but he said, but I am not in love with him, but I love him. Two things there. He said, I am not in love with him, but I love him. So here he's saying, I'm willing to let him go. I'm willing to come out of the abusive relationship, right? He said, but there's one thing I know, that he loves him, but he's not in love with him. So he wished for him to get better. He wished, if the man turns out good today, I guarantee you, this woman will end up back into that relationship. If the man turned out good, if the man was helped, if the man go through therapy and he comes out excellent, I truly agree, because the rest statement that she made, which I'm going to read to you now, just got me thinking. Look at it. Oh, before I read that, let me read your statement, your comments. It says, yes, Queen says, Rosemary, okay, you are agreeing with Queen. Yes, Queen, because she had the tendency going into another one of such. It's a pattern. All right. Now, you says there should be no reason. Let me put it up. There should be no reason to hang around abusive partner. You're right, Ron. I agree with you. That's what but you see, that's why I brought this video up, okay? Because again, this is just to tell you, everyone is saying run. But here this woman is saying, stay and fight until it works. If it doesn't work after you have done everything in your power, then run. Now, some people will say, okay, what if within that process, all right, you're trying to make things work and he now kills you or does something that you'll ever live to regret? Well, hopefully, according to this lady, she said that she knew that the man didn't have the tendency to kill her. So because of that, she was willing to bear every other abuse. Again, she also said she knows that the man has not physically abused him in such a way that he will be bleeding or his bruises on the face and all of that. He said the man has never done it. So he said, but she knows that mentally being abused mentally was the key. She was heavily abused mentally. She was heavily abused emotionally. All right. So she agreed with the type of abuse that she was going through. So in other words, because of all of that, she looked at it and said, you know what? I'm going to stay in this to try and make it work. That was the plan she had. You see, he said, I'm going to, is she toxic? What? Welcome. Is it Walker Queen? Is she the one toxic, or the woman is the man is toxic? I don't get your comment there, because I need to understand, because we all need to understand her point of view. I'm not saying that every woman must be like this, but this is an inspiring woman, a woman that has that can inspire other people, to try and do something about what they are facing. Remember, relationship is not, you didn't come to a relationship to break it. That should be our mentality. We came to a relationship to make it work, to fix it. That is how she came in. But the man didn't have that mentality. That's what I'm trying to bring your attention to, guys. See, the woman had such mentality that, you know what, I'm coming into the relationship not to break it, but to fix it. I want to fix everything I tried to do. Okay. Now, the woman that died did not know that they would die. Okay. Women feel they can fix everything. Okay. I need to put this one up. Okay. All right, Rosemary, you're getting on it now. The women that died did not know they will die. Women feel they can fix everything. Why doesn't the man not take responsibility for his issues and seek help before going into a relationship? The man didn't even know that he has that problem. You see, a lot of people who are abusive, they don't know that they are abusive until it is now so obvious in the relationship. You need to understand this. They might just think that they are just reacting to something that is, to them, it might be a normal thing. You see, to them, it's like, that's all right. I mean, why would you be angry with that? Or they might just, there are some people, they are financially abusive. I'm going to talk about that in another video. Financial abuse is also very paramount in relationship. Financial abuse. All right. So again, that might even be going on in any of you relationship right now. You may not think it's an abuse. So the man may just be going on doing that to you, and you may not think it's an abuse because it doesn't come to your awareness. So the man, he may not think it's an abuse because it doesn't come to his awareness. You see, that's exactly what the situation is. Not every man will just know, oh, I'm physically abusive, so I have to treat myself before I get into a relationship. It doesn't happen that way. It doesn't. Until you are in, that's when you not discover where you are. Until you are in, that's when you not discover that this person is so offensive. This person is this person that you start seeing a lot of side of that person coming up. Those are the areas we're looking at. And then she made a statement here. I'm going to play the video one more time. And some of you now that are saying that she's toxic, she's this, she's that, you might want to change your opinion after watching the video the third time. If you just try and pay attention. Okay. Now, is it love? She said, he said, I am not in love with him, but I love him. That's what he said. That's what she said. And say, he makes me feel alive after a lot of suffering I went through before I met him. So that's to tell you that she has been in a situation before. So she has been in a situation before. She's saying, you know what? At least when I was with him, I felt better because this man made me feel alive after a lot of suffering that I've been through. So in other words, she has been in a worse situation before, so she knows the difference. And the question is, why do most of us, most women and men, why do we allow violence, abuse to be the core of our relationship? Does it have to be that? Is it actually lack of information? Is it illiteracy? Is it ignorance? What is the problem? So we need to understand this. Okay, let me read Rosemary. Rosemary, you're telling me. Okay, welcome now. Welcome Queen says, it is like going to stay with a man who says he loves you and then continue to slap you every day. Then you enable him to keep slapping you because you believe he will stop. That's toxic. Yes, I agree with you. But I don't think that's the way she's seeing it. Because she said she was willing to do what it would take to make it work. In other words, she said, I tried to make it work. All right. She knew that there were things she was supposed to do. Assuming, like you said, is an issue of slapping. And then the man is slapping her. That's an abuse. So what is making the man slapping her? If I'm a woman, I will ask myself, because why is this man slapping me? We just got married. Okay. Now, after about 2-3 months into the marriage, I'm started receiving beating. Okay, why is this so? Why didn't the man beat me or slap me when I was dating him? Let's assume the man never slapped her when they were dating. Then after marriage, about a few months into the marriage, the man started hitting and slapping and doing all sort of violence or abuse. Then the woman should ask the question. That's what she's saying, that she needed to like to find out what was going on and fix it. Now, she said you have to try that until it doesn't work. If that thing you try to do and you try to fix things and it's not working and it's getting worse, he said then you can get out. But he said it's not right for you to just run off from the beginning because he slapped you once. Maybe the man just slapped you one day once and that's it. And he said, what? You slapped me. I'm done. And then you pack your bags and run off. And you went to your mom or you went to your dad and said, Dad, my husband slapped my face. He slapped you? And the man said, you are not going back there again. And he said, yes, that's what I thought. I'm not going back there again. You see, that's not how it works. And the man now comes back, keep crawling and begging and say, please, I'll never do it again. It was a mistake. I didn't intend to. Oh, sorry. And then you say, there's no going back. I'm done. You slapped me. There are some marriages like that. There are some relationships like that. So that's what she's trying to say. Okay. Rosemary says, some people grew up in those households where there was a lot of abuse, thereby normalizing it in their minds. Yeah, I agree with you. Like I mentioned in our video yesterday, there are people who have this toxic upbringing. You know, they saw their parents fighting. They saw their parents quarreling and shouting. They saw every relationship around them was like, this is how it works. I mean, every toxic relationship around them was like speaking to them, this is how relationship should be. So they grew up with that mentality and they come into another relationship and just they think this is how it is because they have never unlearned those toxic philosophy that they got up from when they were growing up, that they collected into their, into their brain. So they have made it a fixed mental attitude to think that that is how relationship works. So instead of them to deprogram themselves so that they can reprogram themselves with a better option, which obviously there was no other option. They didn't allow themselves to be exposed to other means of option, other means of survivor, other means of successful relationship, other means of treating a woman nicely, other means of behaving like a husband. They were not exposed to it, you see. I want you to see it from that angle as well. Let me read Welcome Queen. It says, he has an enabler, the woman. Okay. If he slaps her the first time and there is a consequence, he will stop. I agree with you. Excellent. Yes, I agree with you. But if that consequence was to leave, like I explained just now, you just leave and then you never come back. That's not a consequence. You are not giving him a second chance in such a manner. There are other things you can find out to do to put, that was what she was saying. There are other things you can find out to do to put a stop to such things. All right. Probably you might, I mean, there are a lot of ways. I might talk about the video on how to stop violence or how to combat abuse, but there are a lot of ways. But if it is that serious, you have to call for help, because a lot of times most women are willing to stay in that abuse to make things work. This is just the mentality of most of them. That's where this woman is talking from. Hold on there. Rosemary, what did you say? Rosemary says, so when a woman says they are staying cause of the children, they are doing them more harm and good. Okay, I agree with you. That is even exclusive tendencies for anxiety, excluding tendency for anxiety, depression, addictive behavior. Okay, of course, in such a way, if I believe she didn't have kids, all right, there were no kids involved on this, she would have mentioned it. But let's assume that she had kids. Staying there would have been bad for the kids as well. All right, we agree with that. But these are the things I think that we should think about. She's not necessarily really wrong with her actions or what she said. She's just speaking the mind of people. The mind, that's the heart that she had. She said that the man made her feel a lot better after she has, gone through a lot of suffering in her previous relationship. So the man made her feel better. Now she said also that the man made her feel she was human. You see, the man made her feel that she was human, and she went that, even though she went through all those pain, the man made her feel that she was human and that it could be that she could be loved. That's an amazing trait there. If the same man that was abusive, the same man that she's saying that made her feel that she was human. Okay, I think it's only animals that are abusive. If animals are abusive, only a man that thinks like an animal will be very abusive. Okay, personally, I classify abusive people as animals. They are not human. But if an animal like that, who was abusive, was able to recognize and treat his partner, the woman, as a human being, so that means the previous relationship that she had was complicated more than this. Was complicated more than this. So in reality, I know that she left the relationship. That's the main thing. She left, and then even though the man showed her that there is good in some people, because she said that living with the man just shows me that there is good in people. In other words, she could see that there was good in her, in the man, even though the man was abusive. There's elements of good character, good quality. So that was what she saw, and that's what she's praising. And I appreciate her for seeing that, and I also appreciate her for leaving the relationship as well, because I believe that such situation should be avoided, irrespective of how fancy the man may look. Because if your husband is abusive, is abusive, and if you know it and you are still there, there's problem with you. You need a therapy, like Rosemary said. You need one. And but if you say, well, I just try to put up a fight, okay, I try to make things happen, okay, fine, that's wonderful. You can try and make things happen, but the question is, you have to be very careful while you are trying to fix things. Try and get some help. Look for somebody who will be watching you from very closely, and also those who will be watching you from a distance, just in case anything worse than just what you'll be feeling begin to take place. Because I know how much it is for us to save what we're having, how to protect what we have, and it's so important that we do the right thing. What do you guys think? So me, I'm very impressed by what she said. I will play the video one more time, and before we end this live stream, I'm going to end the video. I'm going to play the video one more time. But if you have anything to say, if you have any comments to make, I'm going to allow you to speak for about 10 minutes or 5. If you have anything to say, I'll put the link up, and I'll invite you over to say what you think you're going to say about this. While you're preparing for that, and I'm going to play the video, and then again we'll play the video one more time, and then we'll come in to discuss it. Okay, now the link is on the chat box, where you can come in and say your point of view if you want to, and then I will just play the video again one more time, and then you tell me what you think. What do you think she's is it okay? Her statement, the statement she made about the violent husband, is this something you think you can agree with, or do you have an alternative? Do you have an option? Do you have opinion that you think no, this is not it? All right. So let's watch this video again.
So at this point, when things got difficult, you were contacting. Did you realise that this is domestic abuse that's happening to me?
I knew that it was, because I've had domestic abuse done to me before. Yeah, so I knew exactly what it was. I didn't really know how to handle it because it was very, if he lived in, or I could have told him, can you just leave? And he could have left and come back tomorrow. But because he lived in, I couldn't just say, can you leave? Because he had nowhere else to go. So I felt like it was forced on my part to be in the situation because it wasn't so easy to just get rid of him.
Right. And what about your own friends at this time? Were there any friends that were aware of what was happening, or you were able to talk to, or not really?
I'm a very open person, and I believe, the more people that know your situation, the better, because the more people that know the possibilities of what might happen. And at some point, my family did say, the reason we don't want him down is because we fear for your life. And that was really hard to hear. But like I said, I knew what was best for me. And I knew that in life, I had a path that I was on. And if that path was going to end with that relationship, then that's what life had in store for me. But I was positive that he would never do that, because I felt like I knew him better than that. And he never, obviously I'm still here today, he never killed me. He's never really physically, hurt me to the point where I'm bruised or I'm bleeding. But mentally, he's hurt me more than anything. And in a way, physically, obviously, with the strangling me, they did hurt me. But I'm stronger than that. And I'm proud, of myself, because a lot of people in relationships, they just, it's not working. I'm just going to leave.
Right.
And I don't believe in that. I believe that literally you will stay until you can't. You'll fight until you can't fight anymore. If you love someone, you don't just give up on them, because relationships, they're not meant to be broken. They're meant to be
fixed. You still
fixed.
loved him even though all this was going on?
Of course. Love is not, face value. It's not on the surface. Love is deeper than that. And still to this day, I kind of feel like I've got some sort of love for him. I'm not in love with him, but I do care about him because he gave me the best feeling that I've ever had before. He made me feel alive after a lot of stuff that I went through before I met him. He made me feel like I was human and like I could be loved. And he showed me that there is good in some people.
Okay. All right. There you have it. In my own opinion, I don't think she had a problem with what she thought about the relationship, but I think she did took the right step to walk away when she found out that there was nothing more she could do to help the man or to help out in the relationship. I think that's the right way to really look at it, because in most cases, if we just run away at an attempt of one wrong, then it shows that we were not ready to commit in the first place. I think that's the way I see it. What do you guys think? So the link is on there. If you want to make a statement, click on it and I'll invite you on and you say you're part of you, because I think you can love someone from afar. Get the person a link for a therapy and all. Okay. I agree with you, Rose. Wow. My interest is, irrespective of how terrible a relationship should be, there must be one side inside that person that is of a good thing. There's something good in them, like what she said. She was sorry for him too. Yeah, as I told you, and because she felt he had nowhere else to go, making it work, excluded abuse. I beg. Okay, that's fine. If you say so, making it work is when you exclude abuse. I agree with you as well. There are different kinds of abuse. Okay, there's a lot we can talk about abuse. If we will just dedicate this channel to talk about abuse, we'll be saying a whole lot without a lot to say. So it's not about, there are different kinds of abuse. By the time you study more about it, you'll be amazed. I mean, listen to stories of people that have gone through, and now they are going through depression, mental situations because of abuse. And I mean, there's another video I'm planning to bring to you. That will shock you. I mean, some men are not human. I mean, I can tell you that. So, guys, ladies, you need to be very careful who you're dating. You need to be very careful who you're dating. You need to be very careful who says, I love you and I want to marry you. You need to be very careful, because there are a lot of these guys. I told you the other day, there are men who appears to be a sheep, but they are wolves. They are tough wolves, but they just appear in a sheep clothing. You need to be sensitive enough to recognize these people. You have the responsibility, and I've shared in my previous videos how to recognize a toxic relationship, or how to recognize a man who will be horrible husband. There are men who will make horrible husband, terrible. You got to know them. I have already taught the signs to see. The video is right there. Go and watch it. You check the link on the playlist on preparing for marriage. Go and watch it. You'll find some of the things I shared there. So those of you who are now trying to make the second attempt into a relationship after the first one didn't work out, that information will be very helpful to you and for you. And those of you who are planning to get started, you need to prepare yourself. You need to avoid the hurdles, the problem that will come along the way. Then this information is also vital that you take it seriously. It's very important, very, very important. So excludes all the forms of abuse. Yeah, that's the point. We have to exclude all form of abuse, irrespective of how fancy, how loving, how rich, how palatable the relationship or the man or woman is. We have to look at for the signs of abuse. Okay, it's very important, and I will have the time to share the different major abuses you can find, different types of abuse that you can find in relationship, and how to recognize them. I mentioned to you earlier on that financial abuse is an abuse. There's such a thing called financial abuse. A lot of people don't know that. And many other abuses that we can talk about. So if you have any question, please do leave your question at the comment section. So since there was no one interested to comment because they didn't know what, I don't know if you didn't know what to say, you don't want to comment, but I mean, you don't want to come and share, because I wanted you to share something, not just only on the comment alone, but share something in your opinion, which you could not write. So, well, maybe next time you'll be able to do that. But if not, I thank you all for the comments. Look at that. Rosemary, Bassi, thank you so much. Iman, you were, in fact, maybe next time I'm doing a giveaway, I think you might just be the next person that will win my giveaway, because I'm planning to do a giveaway section for all my commenters, those who are actually functioning in my channel and then doing a lot of comments. I'm going to have some gifts giveaway for you guys. All right, so you let me know what kind of giveaway you want in our next video, so I'll be able to announce it, and then we'll have to get somebody to win our giveaway in our next video. So let me know what giveaway you will want to have. Maybe you want to tell me. So let us know on the chat section below. So let us know. What's that? What did you write there? What's that? Okay, I didn't get that. Rosemary, what is it? Virtual hug? Okay, okay, we'll send you a virtual hug then. We'll send you a virtual hug. Thank you everyone for being there. Oh, $1 million. Wow, that would be great to give you. Did you say $1? I think you're saying $1. I didn't see the other word. That means I didn't see the other word, that million. I think you're saying $1. Okay. No, be real, be real. I mean, say something realistic. Come on. What kind of giveaway do you want us to give? Because we're gonna do a giveaway section in our upcoming video where we'll be having to celebrate our best commenters in the comment section. Or we might have a quiz section where we will talk about a certain video that you watch, and we'll ask you a question in that video, and you'll be able to say what you learned or one statement or fill the blank spaces, and then you will have a giveaway. You'll be opportune to win something special, something you can actually convert to cash, something you can actually use even right online. I'm thinking something that you can just test and use, and you say, yes, it worked, it worked. Okay, thank you everyone for watching. My time is up, and I'm gonna leave you guys now. Tomorrow we're gonna be coming your way again with another special episode of video. Remember, I said I'm gonna be doing a series on dating advice, tips on dating, especially guys, young women who wants to get into dating world, or who are already in the dating world, but they want to take that dating to the next level that is potentially for marriage. So how to take that level and walk through the process. I'm going to be sharing a whole lot of video on that. So get ready for such information coming your way. Valuable content, how we may think about you guys, you girls, and how to know how to do this. And don't worry, you get to know them. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate you. Hit the subscribe button for the first time if you're watching us, and like the video again one more time. And thank you all for your comments. I want to appreciate the Woken Queen, thank you for coming, and for all your comments. Rosemary, thank you for coming, and for all your amazing comments. Thank you guys, I appreciate you. And those of you that will also be commenting after this live stream, and I appreciate all of you. I'm going to read all your comments, and I also reply your comments as soon as I get them. Thank you so much, and have a beautiful evening. See you again tomorrow. Bye.